Alright, hello everybody. We're going to be playing a little bit of Farming Simulator 17. I'm going to go into a career mode. We're going to start a new career. Yes, it's going to be on normal, Goldcrest Valley. And we're going to select a character. Not really much to do here. Go with Red Flannel. Ignore that, that was something I downloaded to mess around with. And game is being loaded. Alright, now that that's loaded up here, we're going to jump right into the game. Welcome to Farming Simulator. Would you like a short guided tour? No, we're not going to do a tour right now. I'm actually going to do a tour. Alright, what we have here, an old beat up truck, dirty. And let's see, look at that. Harvester's ready to go, fields are ready. Let's see here, we'll open up the menu and see what we have. Looks like we have wheat on 15, canola on 14, and look at that, nobody plowed our number 12 field. Now, go figure. Now you can use the D-pad left and right to jump in and out of all your different vehicles, and if you want to, you can go over, you see where it's at here, right there it is. And if you want to jump into the trains, you can turn this on or off. I personally don't have any use for the trains right now, but if you want to play around in them, by all means, go for it. We're going to change a couple of things here in the settings. Make sure you do this. Go to the money units. If you are in the US, change it to dollars. I believe it starts out in euros. Measuring units will start out in kilometers, so change that to miles. Radio, you can turn radio on and off. I don't have any use for it right now. And let's see here, time scale, we're going to go real time. Traffic, you can turn that on or off. Dirt, and I'll leave it on normal. I do not like the automatic engine start. I prefer get in, start it up myself. That way you're not burning fuel. Let's see, default fuel. I don't want my helpers, if I get any, to buy anything for me without me actually buying it. And plant growth, you can do fast, off, slow, normal. I'll leave it on normal. Plant withering, that's if you don't harvest in time, you can end up losing a crop. It really doesn't matter, on, off, whatever. I'll leave it on for now. Periodic plowing, if you leave this on, you will have to plow. I believe it's after 3 crops. Oilseed radish is not included in those 3, so if you do the setup that you're using oilseed radish to fertilize your fields initially, that will not count as one of the growth between the plowing. We're going to leave that on. Fertilizer states is in 3, so that looks good. And let's see here. You kind of have to memorize what images, like your wheat, canola, soybeans, barley, oilseed radish, you kind of have to memorize what they look like, because when you get into, let's see, this vehicle, oh, it's not attached, that's why. And you see down there in the bottom right, you will have a blue bar and a green bar. The blue bar is your seed, the green bar is your fertilizer, and that can change depending on how much is actually in there. It's not going to always be blue, it could be green as your seed. You'll understand later on when you play it some more. So what you do, L1 and triangle will select your seed. Selecting your seed, wheat, barley, canola, soybean, oilseed radish, and that is grass. Yes, that is grass, just like right there on the right side of the field. So, let's see what we have to do here. Why these are running, I guess because I was in them. And let's see here. These are the prices. Now you can get to these menus if obviously I'm playing on the PlayStation 4. You can get to these menus by hitting the options button. The options will pull this screen up, and then you use your L1 and R1 to move back and forth. This is your price page. It will show you where the best prices are, worst prices, and so on and so forth. You can use your D-pad to maneuver through that. And your vehicle overview will show you not only vehicles, it will show you attachments, trailers, anything for those vehicles it will show you in this list. And obviously, as you can see here, the more days that are on the machine, the higher the cost is going to be to you. So it's probably a good idea to upgrade or make sure you make enough money to cover those costs. And this here is your finances. You can borrow, repay loan. You start out with a $75,000 loan. This is your animal screen: sheep, pigs, cows, and it'll show you, we'll get in depth with that later, it'll show you all about the animals. So it's a little tour of the game. Now, to change your name, obviously they go under name. So you go into your name, and we will put in our name. And there we are. And you will probably get used to the menus over time, because you're going to be in here adjusting time scales, unless you're going to sit here and watch crops grow, which by all means have fun. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit here and watch it grow. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. And this is our harvester. So we're going to get started. In this section, we're going to harvest this field. So if you're walking around and you're not going to tab into, or you're not going to use your D-pad to go into equipment, and you're just going to walk around, one little trick, R2, will speed you up. You will be pretty much running. So your R2 button will let you run. Your square button to get in to vehicles, and if you aren't like good at memorizing, in the top left corner there are the combination of the controls. So if you press L1, you can unfold the harvester, disable straw swath, and pipe out. R1, you can beep your horn, toggle your lights. There are 3 stages on most, some only have 1, and off. And your start engine button right there is your R1 button. While you're holding that, pressing your square button. And you also have beacon lights, which is your little flasher lights. I really don't pay attention to that, so if you're one that wants to get completely in depth, there you go, you got your flashing lights. So, and last but not least, L1 and R1 both at the same time, you can activate cruise control, turn your radio on, and adjust your cruise control speeds. For right now it's without any button being held down. It says attach and exit vehicle. Why it says attach? Well, because we do not have a header attached to this piece of equipment. First off, we're going to attach it. It's pretty cool how that does that. See how it bulges the tires and acts like there's a lot of weight on it, which, granted, in real life, yes, there is a lot of weight. now it will bring up a new panel, hire worker. Oh, I would not advise hiring a worker when you're first starting. Yes, it costs a lot of money that you don't have. Remember, you're $75,000 in debt, and you have $20,000 on you. Hiring a worker, yes, it will speed it up, and it will be a straight line, and you don't have to bother with it. But for this, we're not going to use any hired workers. Accidentally, maybe, not on purpose. And you have a triangle to change tool selections. If you look down in the bottom right, you will see a tractor with a little wedge in front of it. If you push that button, it will alternate between the pieces that you have. So if I have the header, which is the only thing on this tractor, and I have it selected, I can detach it. And detaching it, well, kind of jams into the ground there, but okay. And now the only thing selected is your tractor. So when you have multiple pieces of equipment on one vehicle, multiple trailers, attachments, I mean, it gets extensive. So later on we'll show you a little more of that, but right now we're going to attach the header, and we're going to first unfold the harvester. It's a little flap up top. Then you can adjust the front, up, down, side to side, in and out, whatever. Make it as realistic as you want it. I have no idea. I'm not a farmer in the least. I don't know where the perfect settings are for each individual crops, so I'm not going to bullshit and tell you I do. Now, disable straw swath. That is this in the back. Right off the bat, you do not have a baler. You don't have any way to pick it up. So we're going to disable that straw swath, which will open it up. And instead of leaving a line of straw, it will just blow it out onto the field. To start this, we will turn on a harvester. When you turn on the harvester, it will start all the gears turning, the auger inside there, the heads rolling. You see the little things in the back there spinning because we're going to blow stuff out, and you're ready to go. I like to angle my camera to the side because it's a little bit easier to make a straight line when you can see the edges. If you like in cab view, if you press your R3 button, you can be in the cab. From time to time I can use in cab, but really don't prefer it. Now for the harvesting. Using your R2 button, you can accelerate, L2 will decelerate, and if you use L1, R1, and O all at the same time, it will activate the cruise control. There you go. Now if you don't like being that close, whenever you're in here, use your D-pad up and down to back and forth. So now we have cruise control active. You can steer back and forth with your joystick, and we will harvest this field. At the end of it, I don't like running it because there is a difference in speed. As soon as you activate the harvester, watch, turning off the harvester, it picks up speed. Oh, I missed it. That's good. Started out real well, missing pieces. But as soon as you deactivate the harvester, it will pick up speed and makes it easier to turn. Now, if you would have had your straw swath enabled and just pulled out from the edge of the field like that, it would leave a straw path out into the middle, not on the field. So I'll show you a little more in depth later on when we have a baler and all the necessary tools and implements to do a little bit of that. You will need that later on for the animals, and you have that little red barn there on the right of the screen that we're passing. You'll be able to sell bales and make a little bit extra money. But for now, we're going to harvest wheat. Now you notice down here on the right, the orange bar that I didn't talk about earlier, 348, that's how much fuel you actually have in your piece of equipment. And underneath that is the crop that you are picking up. So the more crop you pick up, the higher that goes, the higher the percentage goes, and eventually it will be full, hopefully. And once it's full, then you will use the pipe in and out to pipe out over a trailer and unload your crops. And we'll show you that here in a little bit. For now, we're going to harvest as much as we can here, and when it gets to that point, I'll come right back. See you in a few. Okay, everybody, come back here for a second, and I'm going to show you something a little bit easier. Yes, I said I would not be using hired workers, but in this case I'm going to show you something cool that you can do with a hired worker. So, first off, we need to get in our handy dandy little tractor here that has our trailer on it. Yeah, start it up. Attach our trailer, there we go, and we're going to drive right up here beside the combine, harvester, whatever you might want to call it. I'll call it either or, both, I don't know, random times I'll call it anything. But anyhow, so what you're going to do is you're going to jump in your harvester and see how your pipe out. If you pipe out, it's just going to suck it back in, so it's let the hired worker do this. But what we're going to do is we're going to hire a worker, and notice the pipe in and out is on the left side of the harvester. You cannot be on the right side, it will not work. So what we're going to do, we're going to hire a worker. Then quickly I'm going to jump out of this tractor into the other one and then drive beside it. That will, like as you notice down here on the right here, we harvest a little bit, 52.43, we're at 82%. I figured it was a good time to do this because he is on a track of the crop going with the pipe out on the left side of the tractor. You can do it, obviously you can do whatever you want, it's your farm, but I like a little bit more realism. So I'm not going to drive through a crop that's not harvested just to unload a harvester. It's not going to happen. So let's get to it. We're going to hire a worker. Then we're going to jump out. Jump into our case, and we're going to drive up the side here. See how it says helper B, nearly a full grain tank. We're going to try and get this right here. There we go. Once you pull up beside him, he'll start emptying out into your trailer. And as you notice, here in the bottom right again, your trailer will start filling up. Now we have 24-25%. And I don't believe we're going to get it all by the time he makes this pass, but we'll try and see what we can do. This is a little bit of a quicker kind of a, instead of doing it all yourself, you can play around with it. And he's gonna sit here and fill it up. Okay. Didn't realize he was going to do that for us, but that's great. So now he's empty, and he's going to pipe in, and going to keep on going. I just wanted to show you, a little bit about that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this over here to the side, we'll throw a cover on it. The closed cover is L1 and the D-pad to the left. Shut our tractor off, and then maybe catch him before he, there we go. Catch him, dismiss him, and then we will take it over from here. I will finish this up, and I'll be back with you. Okay, welcome back everybody. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get all of it in on this harvester load. I don't know for sure. But anyhow, what we're going to do here, we're going to finish up this little bit of this field here, and I'll show you where we can offload some stuff at. And I believe, nope, 100%, and we have a little patch left to go. So anyhow, we're going to run over here. Gonna empty a little bit into the trailer, come back, hit this last little bit, and then I'll show you some other stuff. And if you're going to pipe out over this trailer, like I'm going to do right now, you're going to notice something. Uh-oh. Huh, it will not unload. No, that is because there's a cover over it. In real life, you're not going to unload onto the top of the cover. So we get in here, open up the cover, and there it is. It's running out of one machine right into it. If you want to cut it off, yeah, we don't need to unload it all on that load. It's fine. Just hit your pipe in button, or just pull out from the trailer, and it will stop the unload process, and you can move on. So let's go over here, finish this last little bit up, and I'll show you what's next. Yeah, notice the back there, how it fans out. Now once everything goes through the header, it's obviously, oh, it's not even done. It's not done. Oh, there it is. And see, that's what I was saying about the straw. If you have the straw swath enabled, it will continuously push stuff out until the machine is empty of that straw. So if you run off the end of the field, well, you're going to be chasing it with your baler later. I'll show you that in another episode. But for now, we're going to fill up the last of this trailer here, and then we're going to offload. And you don't have to move around. You can just stay in one spot. It'll pretty much self-level. You'll find me every once in a while. I'll move it back and forth, make it look pretty, and yeah, it's one of those things. So we'll start this up. Now you have multiple options on this. We have a trailer of 8,000 wheat. Your first option is right here. On your farm, there is a set of silos and an unload station right there. You can unload this right in here into the silos. Or go into your prices. Let's see. There we go, all the way to the right. There is the first section. It says the farm silo contains 6,854 liters, whatever, of wheat. Now we can put the 8,000 in there on top of that and worry about it some other time, or we can go down through the list here and see, Denton Bakery, 668. So I'm going to show you two different things you can do. First off, I'm going to roll up on here and make sure your trailer is over top of the grate. And you're going to hit R1. Now notice at the bottom it says tip side, back. You can do grain door with that little red door there on the back of the wagon, left, right, or the entire back. It's totally up to you. But anyhow, you come up over here and you hit your triangle while you're holding R1 and it will empty right into the silo. Look at that. All that harvest right into the silo. Alright, and we'll go over here, we'll empty out the rest of the harvester. And it doesn't matter front, forward, backwards, as long as that pipe is over top of this trailer. It really doesn't matter which way you load it, it's totally up to you. So get picky if you want or not. Kind of missed that a little bit. Anyhow, like I said, you can do it like this. You can back and forth in the wagon. You'll see how it's leveling it out as you're driving, or you just sit there. It'll make a pile, and once the pile gets so high, it'll level itself out. So that's totally up to you. Your game, you play it how you want. 12%, 8%. And we are empty. Pipe in, we're going to take this down here and park it. Getting a little bit dirty. The windshield's all dirty. Right here in this first bay. Pull it straight in, fold it all back up, shut it off, and we're going to go. Yeah, see this dirt all over the tires. I'll show you here later on. If you're picky like me, I hate seeing it being dirty, so I'll show you here later on in another episode what we're going to do about that. But for now, we're going to get back in this tractor, and we're going to go. I'm going to do it this way first. I'm going to empty this all into. Actually, you know what? I don't believe you have to empty it. I'm going to try just go right around here. If you put something in the silo, you start freaking out. Oh my God, I can't get it back out. What do I do? Simple. Come over here. This little pipe down, and there's a little yellow marks here on the ground. Pull right under there, and it will come up with start filling. So press your L3 button. If you have something already in your trailer, you hit L3, it'll just start filling it up. If not, you will have to select what in the silo you want to fill the trailer up with. And I'm sure we'll I'll show you that later on. But anyhow, we are going to go to Denton Bakery, which, if you look on the map here, Denton Bakery is right down here, just outside of the farm. And we're going to go down there, and I'll meet you there. Okay, here we are. We are rolling up on Denton Bakery. Now, if you went through the tutorial part, I believe it's going to show you how to do this all. Well, I'll show you anyhow. What will you do? You're going to be here at Denton Bakery. There's this nice little ramp. Looks exactly like the one at the silo at your barn. You pull up there. And as soon as you hit the triangle to unload, if you notice the top right corner, we have 19,965. And you hit that, and there it goes. We're making money. Now, the one thing, 5,347 harvest income. The one thing you should note, though, when you do this, this will directly affect the prices. See how the prices are $6.58. If you do this multiple times, the only way it does not affect it is whenever they have a special thing going on. They need certain items in certain places. That's the only time it'll be a set price for, I believe, some of them are like 6 hours, I believe. That is the only time your price is not affected. So if I go up here, I say, oh man, wheat's really good, it's killing it on the market, let's just make all wheat and just, you know, mass producing this stuff. It will affect the price. So just keep that in mind while you're farming. You know, oh man, I made $600 on this one, my next load $620, my next load $610, $600, you know. It will be directly affected. That's just a thing. I think it's pretty cool because obviously it is supply and demand. You have too much of it, well, the prices are going to go down. But anyhow, what we're going to do here, we're just going to put our equipment away, and I will see you on the next episode. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Alright guys.